ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಸೊ ಈಸಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ 2ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ 18th ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ವೈ ಡಿಡ್ ವಂದನಾ ಶಿವ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ನವಧಾನ್ಯ ಫಾರ್ಮ್? This answer is based on the essay Everything I Need to Know I Learned in the Forest, written by the prominent environmentalist Vandana Shiva. Vandana Shiva started the Navadanya farm in 1994 in the Doon Valley located in the lower elevation Himalayan region of Uttarakhand province to promote biodiversity and biodiversity based living economies and organic farming that she had learned from the Chipko movement, which had become her life's mission. She realized that failure to understand biodiversity and its many functions is at the root of the impoverishment of nature and culture, as she has described in her book Monocultures of the Mind. The farm serves as a movement for seed saving and protecting native varieties from corporate monopolies. As on date, they have conserved about 630 varieties of rice, 150 varieties of wheat, and hundreds of other species. They practice and promote a biodiversity intensive form of farming that produces more food and nutrition per acre. It aims to demonstrate that ecological sustainability is possible by living in harmony with nature and preserving the earth democracy. Let us see the answer for the 19th question. Why do Donna Lara and Don Gonzalo choose not to reveal their true identities to each other? This is a 3 mark question which has to be answered in 60 and maximum up to 80 words, not more than that. Don Olada and Don Gonzalo's hidden identities. This question refers to the one-act play, A Sunny Morning, written by the Spanish playwrights Serafin and Joaquin Alvarez Quintero. Don Olada and Don Gonzalo choose not to reveal their true identities because they want to preserve the romanticized image of their youth. So this is important. They want to preserve the romanticized image of their youth. Both have aged significantly and feel that their current physical states, that is, Laura as an old woman and Gonzalo as a gouty old man, would shatter the illusion of beautiful Laura Lorente, that is the silver maiden, and the gallant hero Gonzalo of the past. By maintaining their incognito status, they protect their sweet memories from the harsh reality of old age and physical decay. Now let's move on to the third question. That is, how does the poet explain that one man's love is different from that of others in the poem When You Are Old? This answer explores the poem When You Are Old, written by the Irish poet William Butler Yeats. The poet distinguishes his love by contrasting it with those who loved the lady for her moments of glad grace and her beauty with love, false or true, while others were attracted to her physical youth and superficial charm. The poet loved the pilgrim's soul. He loved the sorrows of a changing face, implying a deep spiritual devotion that remains constant even as she grows old and her beauty fades. His love is selfless and eternal, unlike the fleeting admiration of others. Now, let's move to the next question. That is the 21st question. From the to the foot from its child represents the conflict between illusion and real life. Elaborate. Illusion versus real life in To the Foot from Its Child. This analysis is based on the poem To the Foot from its Child, written by the Nobel laureate Pablo Neruda. The poem portrays the foot as a metaphor for a child's journey. Initially, the foot is unaware that its foot. It dreams of being an apple or a butterfly, representing the illusion of limitless freedom. However, as it encounters stones, bits of glass, and heavy shoes, it realizes the harsh realities of life. It loses its innocence, becoming a prisoner, condemned to live, condemned to a life of hard labor and routine, walking without respite, never stopping through fields, markets, mines, and ministries, eventually descending into the darkness of the grave, ending the conflict between its aspirations and reality. Students, let's move on to the next question from the model question paper 2. That is question number 22. How does the poet create heaven on earth according to Kuvempu? This response or this answer is based on the poem The Heaven If You Are Not Here on Earth, written by the celebrated Kannada poet Kuvempu. Kuvempu argues that heaven is not a distant geographical entity but exists right here on earth. He believes that if we cannot find heaven in our surroundings, we cannot find it anywhere else. If we ourselves cannot be gods or nymphs, then there they are nowhere else. The poet creates heaven by describing the splendor of nature, such as a roaring stream, rolling surf, tender sunshine on the verdant leaves, in the splendor of harvest and moonlight. Through these visions of light, the poet imbibes the nectar of characters from nature and spills it through his poetry, transforming the mundane world into a divine experience. Students, now let's move on to the final third 3 mark question of this model question paper 2. That is the 23rd question. Describe the playful yet risky interaction between drivers and pedestrians in Brazil according to George Mikes. The answer is based on the travelogue Japan and Brazil Through a Traveler's Eye, written by the humorist George Mikes. George Mikes describes the interaction between Brazilian drivers and pedestrians as a lethal game. Despite being generally kind people, Brazilians become predatory the moment they get behind a steering wheel. Drivers regard pedestrians as fair game and accelerate when they see someone crossing the road. Interestingly, the pedestrians do not resent this. They treat it as a playful challenge, stepping out of the way at the last possible second. This creates a high stakes environment of a risky bravado on the streets.